Now, I'm very aware that a lot of people don't care for Candace. Nevertheless, I'm going to describe her as the stars do. I'm not complimenting or disparaging her. Unless the person is a murderer, I really try to stray away from inserting negative opinions about my subjects. Cross my heart. Now, let's get into it. Appropriately so, as the younger one, Candace is represented by Mercury in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini is very intellectual, vocal energy. Physical appearance-wise, I think Mercury in Gemini is speaking of how she's very thoughtful and calculated with how she presents herself to others. Her convictions aside, I feel that she knows what's expected of a public figure or politician to be appearance-wise and is striving to adhere to that. I think she has a very smart sense of fashion. Compared to Kim, she's more conservative in her dressing style, and this is done on purpose. She never wears a lot of makeup, and the high heels, skirts, and a bit of bosom, shown often by Kim, is very rare for Candace. She is usually covered up. While Candace is a sun in Taurus, I suspect she has a lot of Mercury energy in her natal chart. She definitely has a lot of mercurial characteristics strongly. She talks quickly and a lot, thinks fast, is proficient at social media, and employs clever and tricky tactics. If you learn a lot about her, you can tell she's a calculating individual. Mercury is very powerful here in Gemini in the 7th house. In fact, it is the most powerful planet in this chart. A great omen for Candace and not so good one for Kim. Specifically regarding this lawsuit, she's very intelligent and will wield this power against her opponent. This suggests to me that she's already considered the fact that Kim would sue her, and probably reasoned it wasn't a great threat. The Dragon's Head, also known as the North Node with Candace's planet, shows a boon for her regarding this lawsuit. It's also joined to the powerful royal star, Aldebaran. Clearly, another powerful omen of success for Candace, and speaking of the great ambitious energy that lies within her. I wonder if this star is prominent in her natal chart as well. So, looking up Candace's natal chart, my suspicion or intuition, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely correct. Candace's Jupiter is joined to Aldebaran in her natal chart. It is in the sign of Gemini. What does this mean? It certainly validates my chart. It says that there is powerful energy backing her ambitions in life, and that her attitude towards Kimberly is her usual nature. To see the relationship between Kimberly and Candace, let's look at Jupiter and Mercury. So what is the relationship between Mercury and Jupiter here? There isn't much relationship between these planets. They are queens in their own circles, doing their own thing, with great mutual dislike for each other, especially on Kimberly's end for obvious reasons. Oddly, I am seeing strong positive feelings from Candace to Kim, and I mean positive in the purest form of the word. Knowing what we know, I don't see this as Candace being a fan of her, but rather maybe having a temporary great fixation on her. Secretly perhaps, Candace knows the great potential of Kimberly. Does she see her as a threat? I pulled some tarot cards in this because, why not? How does Kim feel about Candace? The Universe card appears. A curious pick, and I think this may point to her taking the higher road in the situation to move forward most successfully, as I mentioned before. Ugh, boring. How does Candace feel about Kim? The Eight of Swords appears. Now we're talking. This card speaks more so of the dark, viperous energy going on between them. An implication of the viciousness comes more so from Candace. I think this means that Candace wants and is testing Kimberly to see if she's a worthy opponent in politics, even if it means throwing her to the wolves with harsh criticism. Jupiter in Gemini represents this card. Interestingly, as Candace has Jupiter in Gemini in her natal chart, as I mentioned before, this probably speaks that this attitude is also just Candace's nature. This is a thing she does to people, ideas, groups. Very harsh criticism. Perhaps this could be Candace feeling that this lawsuit against her is over the top and won't amount to much. Conversely, it could also be saying that Candace is the one being over the top and petty. So what is my conclusion? I'm not sure that the lawsuit will go anywhere in Kim's favor. The judge is Mercury, which is Candace's planet. There's a strong suggestion of a judge siding in Candace's favor. This could be because what Candace has brought against Kimberly wasn't made up lies to make her look bad, but that the rumors are based in truth. For example, it's most likely true that her husband managed a strip club, so I don't think Kimberly will get $20 million because someone brought her past to light. What Candace has done is cleverly present the truth in a way that would make Kimberly look bad, and I'm sure this is why she's confident things would go in her favor. Lastly, remember I mentioned the ascendant joins the Arabic part Year of Death in the first part of this reading. I think this could be a clue that the lawsuit dies in 2021 and does not carry on to anything in 2022. So there's my astrological insight regarding the Kimberly Klacik versus Candace Owens lawsuit. There isn't any update to the lawsuit yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon.